All right. Hello, Facebook. How you doing? Oh, are you kidding me with this nonsense? Hold on one sec, because YouTube's going to be problematic, just even getting out of the gate here. And I was all proud of myself. I am only 10 minutes late here. I was so happy. Come on now. Okay, let's try again, shall we? Here. Go live. I see people are coming on board. Okay, thank you. It's been a long day and I do look tired. I'm looking at myself here like, oh my God. Oh my God. All right, let's try again here. 10, 7, can't believe it. First week down. 22. Oops. I can't spell apparently. Hey, Elizabeth. Hi, Victoria. Oh, from Kentucky. Hi. Oops. No, it is not made for kids. Here we go. Next. Hi, Faith. How are you? Janice. All right. How are we? Go live. Come on, let's go. Oh, come on. Seriously, what's going on? Stream? What is going on with this nonsense? I can't stand it. This is ridiculous. Ah. No, I don't want to stream. No, I'm not doing this. What are we doing here? This is silly. Stop. Sorry. I can't believe this shit. What are we doing? Let's go back up here. Nope, not doing that. Oh, God help me. Sorry. Apparently, my channel. Okay, one more time. Hey, Suanne. All right. One last time I'm going to try this, and then I'm going to say we're done. I obviously cannot seem to do what I need to do. Oh, my God. Can't find camera. All right. Why can't you find the camera? That would have that. Last time it was the sound. Now I've got a different. Oh, my God. Why isn't my camera? Huh. Weird. I'm sorry, guys. I'm packing, huh? All right. Well, this is just weird. Hey, Mandy. Oh, thank you. I am just beat, but thank you for that. That's very nice to hear. Okay, so I'm going to see why it is I can't find the camera. This is so weird. Oh, I'm telling you, I can't stand any of it. Why is the battery doing that? That's weird too. Battery's not. Oh, this is just stupid. Ay, ay, ay. What is this? Meet now. No, I don't need that. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this like this is insane. Okay. I have no idea. This is manage. Let's see if I manage it. What do I need to manage? Unbelievable. No, I don't want that either. Oh, how stupid. Guys, I have no idea what's happening with YouTube. It's going to have to get loaded up. I have no idea what's going on. This is just too weird. And there is no reason for it. Task view. Microsoft Edge. Hey, Jennifer. All right, I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. Lou, Rosemary, Tracy. Oh, my God. All right. Well, I think this is just craziness. Why? Okay, one thing here. Let me just see. Camera. There's my camera. Okay, camera. What's the problem, camera? We can't find your camera. Okay. Was working just fine last week. No problems. And I think I'm just going to say goodbye to this. I don't care that much about it. I just don't. So we are going to say bye-bye. Shut down. Now it's restarting. I have no idea why. Weirdness. Oh, and I'm going to throw my camera down. That's really fun too. Let's see where the best angle is. Maybe like this. Okay, sure, why not? I just want that. Don't do that. Don't end it. Yeah, the technology is being a pain in the ass. There's no doubt about it. Everything is being ridiculous. Everything's been ridiculous. Everything. So, anywho. Let's see what's going on today. I'm looking at comments. Hey, Beth. No, it's not just you. There's no reason for this. This has never been a problem. This computers, those laptops never been a problem. All right, so how are we doing today? It has been a long and crazy week. And I made a comment, I think it was yesterday, about the readings being very long and very difficult. The level of entitlement and abuse, but no one was coming in, and just to be clear, my people were not being entitled or abusive. That wasn't the readings. It was they were at home or in their workplace dealing with it, and it's just really hard to listen to people and to hear it. So I want to talk a little bit about what that means, because it came through in a lot of different angles, not just the readings, people calling me and asking for help, and other readers and other intuitives that I work with, that we always kind of, every once in a while we'll get together and just be like, are you hearing this too? Or is this something you're dealing with too? Or on the Saturday fairs, I usually take a minute to talk to my readers. You know, Andrea and I have done videos in the past, but just to say, hey, well, how are the readings going this week? Or what are you hearing? And it's usually a common theme, but what's happening is people are getting squeezed really hard, and we're seeing it out in public. We see bad behavior. If you think it's bad in the parking lots and in the bank waiting lines and the grocery stores, you can imagine what people who are dealing with alcoholics or addicts or, you know, abusive people, what they're dealing with at home is just off the hook. And if you're home with little children, if you have kids that are not even school age yet, and you've not been working, or even if you've been working, I mean, just trying to find an apartment to leave is absolutely incredible. It's very hard, and people who are abusive take advantage of that. They know that you can't just leave, and so they're being awful. And you would think, well, you're pregnant, or you would think, well, there's little children, and you'd be kind, but no, just the opposite. You know, it's not like that. And I'll do readings with women. It's usually women. It's not always women, but it's usually women. When it's men, it's that they're staying in the marriage because they have to be responsible. They're the ones that are doing the work. Women are usually doing the work and they have the money. But when it's men, it's just they don't feel they can trust that the partner will be, the wife or the partner or the mother will take care of the kids, feed the kids, do what they need to do. So they stay for that reason. For women, there's an extra crush that they usually aren't making the money, or they don't have a place to live if they don't have family that they can go stay with. So, you know, I'll do a reading and it's just like, Looks like you're really unhappy at home. Looks like you're dealing with someone who's a bully. Looks like it's a very tough situation. Something's happened. Straw that broke the camel's back. You really want to be out. You want to be done. I don't see you able to leave. And it's just like all my friends are saying to go. And I always say, is there any physical abuse? I'm not seeing it. No, you're not physical. Okay. If it's not physical and you don't feel unsafe and your children are not unsafe. And I know they say emotional abuse is the worst. Verbal abuse is the worst. I always say someone who says that was never sexually abused as a child. I beg to differ with, I'm not going to fight over who has the worst abuse. It's not a contest. But I do not think verbal abuse is the worst. That's just my opinion. It's not pleasant. It's not good. And it's not healthy. But is it the worst? I don't know. I've worked in a shelter where I saw kids that were burned and starved, and I think there's other ways to abuse somebody, and it can be really, really bad. Okay, why is this doing this? I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get the laptop just to shut down. Okay, here we go. Excuse me now. Here we go. Here. Go on. Here. And here. Okay, awesome. That's going to shut down now. Thank you. So they're like, my friends are all telling me to leave. Everyone says I should go. And I'm like, I don't see a path. I'm not seeing a way out right now. And they're like, well, they just say I should go and the universe will provide. And I'm like, that's not how it works. That's just, I can assure you, I've worked in a shelter. That's not how it works. The universe may provide a shelter. You know, the universe may provide a very uncomfortable living situation, but yeah, no, that's not the way it works. That's the way magic works. Someone had asked me about a ticket that, anyways, and I don't think it's going to amount to anything, so I'm not going to do anything with it. And I'm like, that's quite the wrong response. It's you need to respond. You need to do whatever legal action is being asked of you. You have to see this through. I know magic is the place that people go when things are desperate. And I know magic is where people want to go. Witchcraft, magic, manifestation. I'll just see it okay and it'll be okay. That's not how it works, guys. I wish it did. I wish it was that easy. I wish it was that amazing. Let me just see what people are saying here. Oh, yay. Well, I bet the weather's getting nice. Yeah, Tracy, I hear you. Hi, Dee. Yeah, it's not just managers. Don't. When I said that, I'm not saying it's just. It's coworkers. It's whatever. And so you really, and I know that therapists hear this too, and my shamanic workers hear it too. It's like, well, I'm in therapy, so I'm going to fix my problems. It's like, no, you're in therapy, you're going to fix yourself. Your problems still have to be dealt with. And a lot of people, when it comes to magic or shadow work, I did this, I took the class, I did the session, I did the sessions, I invested the money. You know, why isn't my life better? It's like taking care of your car. You know, my car's in great shape, and now I'm going to take this cross-country trip, but I've gotten the tune-up, and I've gotten the new tires on the car. I've invested the money and the time, and everything's ready to go, and I've checked all the fluid levels, and you're going to hope the car's going to make it across country and not break down. The odds that it's going to break down are diminished because you've done the work, but they're not completely removed. Doing your shadow work, doing your manifestation, meditating, making sure you're emotionally strong, finding out why you've made some of the decisions you made in the past, still won't remove the results of the decisions you made, and you still have to deal with that. So yeah, you'll still have to get divorced. You'll still have to go through legal issues. You'll still have to deal with custody issues. There's magic to help alleviate some of the pain, hopefully, but to sit there and say, I'll just do magic and this person will become the spouse I've always wanted, or somehow it's going to calm everything down. You can temporarily calm things down, but it won't be forever. It won't last forever. And man, when it comes back up again, it usually comes back up with a vengeance. You get a short reprieve. And that's when you're supposed to be making your plans to move forward. And most people are like, oh, okay, I'll just relax now. No, that's not when you relax. That's when you make your plans to move forward. Where you're going to go to school, where you're going to get a job, where you're going to land, where, get on Section 8 housing. What are you going to do next? How do you move forward? And when you get that short reprieve, that's when you make those plans. Okay? Hey, Key. Hey, Sophie. Hey, Dee. But yeah, the workplace is tough. People they're just walking out. I'm restaurants, shops, you name it, offices. People are just leaving, and I don't know how they're making a living. I really don't. But I don't know what to say about that. It's really tough. And my generation just worked hard. We worked 1 or 2 jobs. We didn't ask questions. That's being held up to criticism, buying into capitalism and enabling capitalism. I'm like, what do you think makes everything work? Capitalism. That's what makes it all work. It's people buying products, people, you have jobs in a restaurant because people want to go out to eat. They go out to eat because they have money to go out to eat with. Hey, Greta, buying cars, that's, the industries are supported by people spending money. Capitalism, that's how it works. Has its flaws, but I haven't seen a society yet where people can just, unfortunately, it can be very hard if you're an artist. It can be very hard if you're a writer, if you're any of the arts trying to support yourself. That can be really difficult, and I wish it was different. The people I know who are supporting themselves through their jewelry making or through their art or their music have been doing it a very long time. And even in terms of readings and even they're saying now the real estate market has fallen. Now they're saying the great influencers on YouTube and TikTok, and that's starting to see a diminish too. That things run in cycles. It's not going to last forever. So if that's how you're making your living, is influencing people and creating content, I think the clock's ticking on that too. Thank you. Actually, it needs a cut badly, but thank you, Greta. So astrologically speaking, I haven't talked about that in a while, but there's a full moon on Sunday, the 9th, and it's a full moon in Aries. Oh, Key, give me a second. It's so funny you say that, sour jars, because I just placed a book order, and one of the books is Magic in Jars. Believe it or not. Yes, I just ordered 4 copies of a book called Magic in Jars, and sour jars are part of it. But anyways, the full moon is on Sunday. It is a full moon in Aries. It's a moon that wants to have action, but it is opposite Venus. This moon will highlight the difference between you and your partner or anyone you're working with, in partnership with. It's going to highlight tensions if they exist, okay? If you don't have tensions, nothing to highlight, okay? But if there are tensions, they're going to get highlighted. It's also important during this full moon not to lower your standards because you're lonely, and settle. There'll be a temptation to do that. I just got to find somebody. I just want to be with somebody. Don't lower your standards. Also, Saturn is square Uranus, and that creates instability. So obviously, if you're in a household where there's already tension, already aggression, already conflict, you're going to want to be careful this weekend. And we know, because we know from police reports and bartenders and emergency rooms, that full moons do bring out domestic violence. There are more homicides. There are a lot more problems, mental health issues, suicide attempts. So this isn't a great lineup for that, for this full moon on Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday is the full moon cycle, the day before and the day after. So again, if you have a kid in your house who's not stable, you want to keep a really close eye on them. If you got a coworker that you suspect might be having a breakdown, I'd want to be watching. This is the time people go postal. All right? So I just want to talk about that for a second. Keep that in mind, okay? And as I did a video just weeks ago, you can find it on Facebook, and it should be on YouTube too, how to find where the new full moon, is hitting your chart. I already did that through, astro.com. I did a video that walked you through it step by step so you can see what house area of your chart is being affected by this full moon in Aries. Wherever Aries is in your chart, whatever house is in Aries, that's the house that's being impacted most. Okay? All right, so what else? Sour jars. The sour jars are okay. I use jars. Got someone in a sugar jar right now for my daughter. Quite the opposite, trying to make them just a little kinder, a little nicer. That can actually be easier than trying to make them so miserable they just stop. But sometimes you have to do a sour jar. Sometimes you have to hit them where it hurts. Hey, Barbara. So yeah, all different ways to make a sour jar. But I always say save your jars. If you got a nice good glass jar with a good lid, and keep your jars, you'll need them. Okay. Personally, situation, if you've got someone who's just giving you a hard time, and you've done nothing wrong, and all your coworkers like you, and your managers like you, you've got one person giving you a hard time, it can be easier to sweeten that person up than go at them hard. It really can. Then try to get them fired, to get them to want to leave. During to have the coworkers come up and say, why are you so mean to this person? They're so nice. We love them. Or, there's nothing wrong. This person's done nothing wrong. Yeah, baby food jars are good. Yeah. Aw, thank you. Brown paper bags. Hey, Chase. So anyway, yeah. That's my take on it. Like they say, it takes less muscles to smile than to frown. I think it's easier, if you can, to just sweeten somebody up. Make them see the brighter side of things. Make them loosen up a little bit. If you can. Sometimes you can't. And if you're going to go hard on someone, I say go hard. If you're going to hit somebody, hit them so they don't get up again. And that's just my take. I'm all or nothing. I'm all in or I'm all out. If I'm going at you, you're going to know I'm going at you. I don't do it often, but I'm going to hit you hard, as you're going to stop. So that's important to recognize. It's also important that you realize, who are you working with? When you do your magic, are you in fact enlisting the help of an entity or one of the gods? Are you working with something? Or is this a skill set that you're using? And China, we were just talking about this earlier today. China's like, I don't enlist the help of deity unless it's very, very important. Me, I work with Kali. Usually, I ask for help. But not always. Sometimes it just manifests. It depends on how, again, if it's something small, no, I don't. And honestly, every act of will is an act of magic. Everything you do is you're doing intentionally. From the way you get dressed and put your makeup on and present yourself. Manifest the day you're going to have as you're doing those things in the morning, getting ready to go to work or getting ready to start your day. You should already be planning on the day you're going to have. You should already be thinking this is going to be a good day. If you do something where you work, let's say in a service industry, I'm going to make good money. I'm going to make at least $400 today. Or I'm going to make at least, pick a number, pick your number. That's the money I'm going to make. And maybe you wear the oils, or you carry herbs or stones to make sure that happens. But that's the intention you're setting. That's how you live magically. Okay? Hey, Deborah, how are you? Waning moon is always better for sour. You want to take strength away from somebody. Hey, Amy, how are ya? Yep. So full moon is great for love. As the moon is getting fuller, if you're trying to bring someone close to you, make someone have sweet thoughts of you, you want to work with that energy. You don't have to. Again, you don't. It's easier to go with the flow when it comes to the energies of the earth. But is it always possible? No. Is it always necessary? God, no. Hey, Rami, how are ya? If you have a sick kid and the moon's on the wane and you're like, I want to make them better, well, then work with the waning energy. As opposed to seeing health being restored, see the sickness being pushed out. Shift it up. You're welcome, Key. You're welcome. All right, but just shift the way you word the spell, or shift the way you word your work, your how you manifest. Okay, your intentions. But it's really important to pay attention to your self-talk. That's really important. I sit with people all the time, and I listen to them, and I'm like, why are you? Oh, this won't work, or this never happens for me, or I think, what are you doing? Like, you're just literally shitting on what you're trying to do. It's ridiculous. And like, well, no, it's okay. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not your mom. It's okay. But I'm just saying, you're literally undoing the good work you've done. It's if you're going to tell yourself it's not going to work, or you're going to tell yourself everyone thinks I'm crazy. Well, do they really? Does everyone? I don't think you're crazy. Does everyone really think you're crazy? I don't think so. And one thing that can be very helpful, because loneliness has been a common theme. People are feeling very alone right now. And I hear a lot of people, and unfortunately with COVID, a lot of covens, a lot of people are just not gathering like they did. So it can be really hard to find like-minded people. Thanks, Linda. It's been a long day. But I just want to say that something that can really be helpful is just have a book in your purse or in your pocket. Have a book like Many Lives, Many Masters. Something that doesn't scare the people, but lets them know you're thinking about stuff, or let them know what you're interested in. You'll be surprised when people will see you reading a book and be like, oh, I've read that, or I heard that's a good book. Is it a good book? Start a conversation, meet somebody, going to a bookstore, in whatever section you're looking at, cooking, whatever. It doesn't have to be metaphysical all the time. I'm a big landscaper. I've got so many gardening books and landscaping books. But you meet them at Home Depot or at nurseries. That's where you meet the people that want to talk about the stuff that you're interested in. If you're going to find like-minded people, you've got to go where they go. All right? But one big helpful thing is to keep a book and just pull it out. Just pull it out and just in front of people. Just sit there, read a book, and you'll be surprised how many people will be like, ooh, that's interesting. Heard about that book. Right? If you haven't read Many Lives, Many Masters, you really should. It's a classic. It's been around for quite a while, but it's a great book. So another really good one that's older, quite older, actually. I think it's in the 70s. But Messiah by Richard Bach, another good book. If you're want to do some light reading, it's a novel, but it was written by the same person who wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull, which I always call my New Age Bible, because that was my introduction to everything. Was Jonathan Livingston Seagull when I was probably like 10 years old. Changed the way I looked at everything. But Messiah is another book that will absolutely change the way you look at spirituality. I promise you. You'll read that book and it'll change you in a good way, in a really good way. Alrighty, so I guess that's all I can really talk about. Does anybody have any other questions? Is anybody wondering about anything? What's going on? Anything new? Anything you want to talk about? I'm just going to wait and see if anybody has anything that's been bothering them, or I think everyone's just feeling really tired. And of course, here in Connecticut, it was a beautiful day the past 2 days, but really got cold very fast. I mean, like bam. Like one day in sandals and comfortable, and the next day boots and socks. So yeah, get out of the funk. Yeah. I always say a salt bath, Linda. If there's one thing you can do, it's take a salt bath. And to take a spiritual salt bath, well, you always go in clean. Now, in the old days, we would say go to the ocean, go at high tide, throw yourself in, submerge yourself 3 times, clear it off of you. But a great way to clear yourself quickly is to take a salt bath. Let's see. Okay, a lot of questions. Awesome. So, okay, really quickly, salt bath. So, you start with a spiritual bath. You go in clean. You take a shower, wash your hair. You wipe down the shower, the tub. Fill the tub, 4 or 5 handfuls of sea salt, a cap full, okay, cap, meaning like a cap, okay, of ammonia from a bottle you've never used to clean before. Just a cap of ammonia. Won't affect you, but it does help clear. You get into the bathtub, soak, submerge yourself backwards 3 times under the water and sit in the water for a minute, relax. When you let the water out, stay in the tub. Feel it coming off of you. Feel the water just pulling it off of you, because it will. When you get out, you just tap yourself dry. In the heat, you can sometimes just like towel your hair off, and but you want to keep that salt on your body, okay? So just tap yourself dry, just pat yourself dry. That will shift the energy. Hey, Patty, how are you? Okay. And I was going to say too, when we talk about the seasons and the moons, yes, we're in the dark season of the year. This is traditionally the time of the year when we would look at crafting and sewing, and people would writing and doing their inside work. When there's no more gardening and landscaping, listen to me, no more agriculture to take care of. So they would take care of their animals and do the minimal that they had to do and ride out the winter. So let's see here. If you have a bathtub, you can take a washcloth. We sell bath kits with a what do you call burlap. But you can take a washcloth, put the salt inside the washcloth. Same thing, clean yourself off, and then just take that salt and also get a pot of salty water. All right, warm pot of water, pour it over your head. Take that washcloth with salt, scrub yourself down, and really you don't want to rinse too much, okay? I would probably use the salt, scrub down, and then just with the pot go over the head and let it rinse off. And that should pull a lot of stuff off of you too. All right. Coincidences are interesting, and synchronicity, which was coined by, help me out, Janice, who coined the term synchronicity? It's your guy there. Psychiatrist, not Freud, but the other one. It's a coincidence that is too much of a coincidence to just be a coincidence. It felt that it was divine intervention. So when you see things happening that are just not random, they're just too perfect. 2 people now mentioned music over this past week. One was a situation where the brother had died. They were on vacation. This was just a couple weeks ago. And in the conversation, the brother and sister went on vacation together and had said, and the brother died while on vacation. Unpleasant situation. I'm not going to go into details. But the question was, do you think that he made it over? And at that very moment, in a very Caribbean setting, where the music was Caribbean, the song switched to Danny Boy, which was their mother's favorite song. And that was just too much of a coincidence that Danny Boy would start playing in a Caribbean, Key West, environment. And Danny Boy came on. And that's Mom's telling us, yeah, he made it over. Okay. So there was that. And someone else had a similar situation where a song came on randomly playing, thinking about an uncle that had passed away. And, it was a Frank Sinatra song that didn't need to be playing at that moment. And it was a favorite song again. So a lot of times we get messages through music. And that's what I would say. But, do I think every white feather is from your angel and every time you see a dime it's from your dead uncle? No, I don't. No. And what is going on with pets attacking their people? I've seen this. There were 2 cases I just saw like a couple hours ago going through the news feed. A pit bull had killed, I'm sorry it's a pit bull. It was. Killed the 2 kids and put the mother in the hospital in serious condition. And then there was another one where the dog had killed and attacked some people or their family members. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I can't pretend I know. I'm imagining this energy is affecting the animals as much as anybody else. And we have orcas that are attacking fishing boats, and that's never happened in the history of, with all the whaling and everything else, but we have orcas actually trying to ram and sink small fishing boats. Orcas traditionally have never attacked humans. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Hey, Marcia. Everyone's doing good. Young. Yes, Carl Young. Thank you. Okay. And yes, in a jug or in a pot, warm water. This is true. Thank you. Okay. And also someone was telling me, actually one of my shaman friends, if you just put salt in the bottom of the tub and just stand in it while you're taking your shower, it clears the chakras on the soles of your feet. And that actually is really helpful too for helping to ground and clear your energy. So there's that too. All right. Any other question, guys? Anything else we can talk about? Okay. All right, so I'm going to shuffle cards and throw some cards. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this week we need to start with the Pisces. We're going backwards this week. I think. Is it cold in New Jersey, Marcia? That was probably a nice day today, but it's going to start raining here, and it's starting to chill out. And they say the weekend's going to be cooler. Okay. Messiah is by Richard Bach, B-A-C-H. And he wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull, another book that I loved. That really was my introduction to everything. Where are you in Maine, Barbara? Because I tell you, Maine is calling me hard. I'm not going to lie. Oh, no, I didn't go anywhere. No, just saying. No, I didn't go anywhere. But I've been thinking of Maine. Maine has been calling me for Davis Island. Oh, how cool is that? Did the storm hit you guys? I know Halifax got hit hard, which obviously is not Maine, but how'd you guys make out with the storm? I don't know why Maine is calling me. I'm not even a cold weather person, just some rain. Good. But I have been, past couple years actually, Maine has been calling. So we'll see what that translates to. I am going to start with Pisces. It's a 6-card spread for anyone who's new. The cards go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top card, it's a pyramid, is the situation. The next 2 cards are what is directly impacting the situation. And then the last 3 are the outcome cards. All right, these are short-term readings. They're not long-term. And I'm going to tell you what cards I'm pulling so you can pull them at home and see how you interpret them, okay? And actually, I got to drink water. I am so thirsty. Okay. Okay, so Pisces. Pisces, we start off with the 4 of Cups reversed. And that's a card that says you know what you want. All right, you're not questioning, you know what you want. However, the 8 of Swords has you trapped in place, and the Emperor reversed. Well, this seems to be more, well, it could be, the Emperor can either be a masculine energy that's oppressive, and for some reason, I'm sorry, but business is, yeah, Barbara, I agree with you. The Emperor reversed can be a business or industry, which we just seem to think of them as being masculine, or it can be an actual masculine entity or person that's not being very fair. The Emperor reverses is usually a man who's going to be responsible, but it also can be an industry that's not being run properly, a business that's not being run properly. And it's hard to tell because the Three of Swords, the last three cards, is anxiety. The Three of Swords reversed, anxiety. And just so you know, with tarot, I've talked about this before, but with the sword cards, swords are illnesses, problems, thoughts. But they're not usually positive, honestly. When sword cards are reversed, in general, it negates the severity. So the Three of Swords here, which is really a horrible card. It's literally heartbreak. It's heart right through the sword through the chest. It's that horrible pain, but it's reversed. So it goes from being heartbreak, just being anxiety. The Two of Wands, and why I think this might be more related to work than to personal life, is that the Two of Wands is usually that opportunity that lands in your lap. Someone calling and saying, "Hey, are you looking to leave? I have an opportunity," or "We're looking for somebody," or "They're hiring in where I am. Hey, Dawn, how are you?" So it's a good card because it's kind of things that falls in your lap. The Nine of Swords is mourning. It's actual mourning. It can be a miscarriage card. I'll tell you. Again, swords. There's too many swords here for you, Pisces, and I'm sorry for that. This idea of being trapped, feeling stuck, not able to get out from under the influence of something oppressive. But I will say relief is on the way. Now, it could be as simple as this is a bad example because this is not true for me, but I own a business. I own a retail store. So the Emperor reverse could be reflective of the economy. It could be reflective of the recession. The Emperor reversed, bad management. And the anxiety around that. And then looking for some new creative endeavor or something literally, hey, you know what? Start carrying these items. They're selling really well. So that would be one way of reading these cards. If it is relationship issues, I'm going to say there is something coming in the next 6 weeks or so. 6 weeks or so. Okay. That's going to offer relief. Okay. And it's going to come and it's going to kind of land in your lap. So I like that. But there is this sense of being bound up in something. You know what you want. You know what you deserve. All right. That Four of Cups reversed. You know what you deserve. A little bit more of a weight. Okay. All right. Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius, we have the Five of Coins reversed, the King of Cups reversed, the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Cups, the Star reversed, Justice reversed. These cards make me think of everything's going wrong and you just can't wait to get home where it's safe for Aquarius. That's when I just glance over this, that's what I think. It's like, man, the minute I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to leave the house. Everything out there is a nightmare. It's a jungle. I love being home. Home is reading as refuge. And again, the Five of Pentacles reversed is financial disaster averted, like financial issues getting better, but it is coming hard. It's hard-won victories around money. Depression, possibly someone indulging in alcohol, depression, making it really hard. It just feels like anything you're trying to do, they're just trying to kick the feet out from under you. All right? And again, home is reading as the happy place. Ten of Swords. If someone is drinking with this King of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords, I hope you don't have someone drinking, because this could be indicative of, with the Star reversed, Justice reversed, Ten of Swords, of like a DUI. It could be indicative of somebody, somebody really Listen, I told you about this weekend. It's a bad weekend for anyone who's suicidal. It's a bad weekend for someone who's spinning off the rails. If you have someone like that spinning off the rails, and it doesn't feel like it's you personally, Aquarius, it feels like it's something that's attached to you or something that you're watching it. It could be one of your kids. I hope not. It could be your brother. But just watching somebody literally spin off the rails. That's the only way I can think of it. And it's not going well. I'm going to throw one more card for clarity. Queen of Swords reversed. Damn. So I have a King of Cups reversed is usually a man who's depressed. As I said, depressed, drinking, addiction, mental health issues. Queen of Swords reverse is a narcissistic, manipulative, difficult female. And it's just ironic that I had 3 readings this week where someone married a female that just destroyed a relationship, a brother-sister relationship, someone marrying into a family and then just wreaking havoc. And that's what I'd be looking at here, but worse, because it really is, this person is just putting the pressure on. Okay? Putting the pressure on, making it harder. Page of Swords reverse, that's the last card I'm going to throw, tells me there's nothing you can do and there's nothing you can say. This is karmic. This is running its course. All right? And I just had another conversation. I'm sorry, this is all I do all day long. So it is logical that this is the stuff I talk about all day long. But talking about protection, talking about doing work on behalf of others. And the problem with that is, again, it's short-term success, long-term loss. What do I mean by that? Yes, you can keep your kid from feeling an immediate pain. Something a lesson that you're going to avert that lesson. You're going to step in and make sure that doesn't happen, whether you do it magically, intentionally. But they still have to learn that lesson. And sometimes it's easier to learn your lessons when you're young, when you're not attached to anybody, when you don't have to worry about making a mortgage payment, or, you could get fired from a job. It's much easier to learn lessons in your teens than it is learning them in your 20s or, God forbid, your 30s. So if you let your kid learn the lesson, the hard lesson, the sad lesson, sometimes you're not doing them any favors by not letting them. And in this case, this situation appears to be karmic. It just looks to me like it says nothing you can say or do. You've probably said everything you need to say. I don't see it being averted or changed. It's going to go the way it's going to go. And I will say this too, and I've been saying it for a little bit, but all the chickens are coming home to roost. Guys, for good or for bad, for good intentions or bad intentions, all our deeds, everyone is sitting down to a plate of just desserts. If you've been doing the right thing, if you've been working hard, it sure is going to go a lot easier for you. I know it doesn't always seem that way, because good people get hurt, and I watch that too. But the people that have been lying and cheating and stealing and abusing, they're being revealed. We're seeing it in popular culture. We're seeing it in the media. We're watching it, and no one can hide. It's not going to be allowed. Here it comes. All right? It's important to remember this full moon in Aries. Aries hates bullies. That is one thing with Aries. They hate bullies. They are that knight in white armor. They do not, or knight on a white horse, I guess is what I want to say. So if you're doing that around Aries, that probably is a bad idea. All right, Capricorn. Ay, Jesus. Capricorn, 3 of Cups reversed. The King of Wands reversed. The Sun. The 4 of Pentacles reversed. The 5 of Cups upright. And the Fool reversed. What do I say? I see missed opportunity. Okay. I see someone not coming through that you thought was going to. Someone maybe owed you money, somebody who owed you a favor, somebody who had made a promise, not coming through. There's a lot of disappointment, a lot of crying over spilt milk. Three of Cups reversed, not a celebration. I think you thought somebody was going to do something and make a big difference. Now, the good news is with Capricorn, I'm looking at the sun. So even while all these cards that speak to missed opportunity and disappointment and crying over spilt milk and someone who's not paying back money or not paying forward what they said they would do, what I do see is Capricorn by nature of their hard work. Capricorn by nature of their work ethic. King of Wands reversed, that workaholic. And the sun. You'll pull yourself out of it. You'll pull yourself out of it, but there's a huge disappointment in somebody who didn't come through the way you thought they would. And it's too bad. Looks like they Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, King of Wands reversed. So it's not it's not Capricorn. It's just like my readings all week. It's not that no one was being abusive to me. No one was coming in. They weren't the ones, but they were dealing with it. Capricorn's dealing with it. And what happens when someone doesn't pay you back? What happens when someone doesn't come through when they say, the next time they ask, you say no. That's what I'm seeing. Capricorn is going to say no. You know what? Fooled me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, or fool me once, shame on you. That's exactly what it looks like, Capricorn. You'll be okay. You'll pull yourself out of this. But there's a sense of someone really pulling the rug out. All right. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Damn. Well, I gotta tell you, loneliness is a theme. Loneliness, feeling alone, feeling like this is me against the world. This is a common theme in general. A lot of us are very much feeling. That's why I said the thing with the book and carry the book around and, just to even have like-minded conversation, even for a few minutes. Because a lot of us are feeling very much like unicorns, very much like just, man, we are just hard to connect right now. Okay? So Sagittarius, I see the Nine of Swords, and that is keeping your guard up. The Six of Swords reversed. The Five of Wands. The Hierophant reversed. The Hermit. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Oh, boy. I mean, this is Sagittarius on their own. The Hermit. Now, it could be dealing with very unconventional behaviors at work. I say that because I'm looking at wand cards. And it could be that you're navigating some difficult behaviors, confrontational behaviors in the workplace, making it very hard to know how you move forward through it. That's one thing. It also could be something making some sort of household bill that is very unwelcome right now. And it might be due to a lack of maintenance, okay? Or something that you didn't think you had to maintain, more like it. You thought the roof was new, you went to worry about the roof, and then the roof leaks, that sort of thing. But that's a possibility too, the loss of money through the house, or the need to invest money you don't have in your house. So there's that. The other last way this could be looked at for Sagittarius, and it doesn't feel quite right because I'm not seeing judgment cards or justice cards, is the need to sell a house and arguing like when and how to sell a house, when the house. And it really feels like it's due to a breakup or an ending of a relationship. Like, you have to break up the house. You have to, and it's very hard to know how to move forward. And if it's happening right now, this is a terrible time to sell a house. This is when you don't sell a house. Going into the holidays, October, November, December, nobody sells a house unless they have to. Because you're going into the holidays and people don't want to move. They don't move at Christmas time. And that's what you're doing if you sell a house now. So that's what I'm seeing for Sag. It feels more like work related, and in addition to possibly, again, some expense for the house that, great. All right. Scorpio. And no one's commenting. Please tell me that you're still, just send me just anything. Just let me know that you're there. Okay, guys? Oh, never mind. Yes, Erica, after Mercury retrograde, we have a full moon in Aries. And if you listen to the tape, I talked about it earlier. Thank you all. Thanks, guys. Okay. I always say there was 1 or 2 times where it disconnected, didn't tell me, and I was talking to nothing. Air. It never recorded. It was not a good thing. So, all right. Thank you all. All right, Scorpio. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the Strength card and the 10 of Wands. The 7 of Cups, the Wheel reversed, and the 9 of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, which is decisions being made based on a shortage of money, or a shortage of money needing to be dealt with, a lot of pressure, and making a decision. The Strength card, which is a great card to have near there. It means you realize and you recognize that something has to be done. It has to be addressed. The 7 of Cups, the Wheel reversed. That makes me think of something that puts you behind the 8 ball. Bad decision, delusional thinking, not thinking something through clearly, and it puts you behind the 8 ball. That's part of it. But I also see the 9 of Pentacles here, which is hard work paying off. And it also could always be somebody else's bad decision that put you behind the 8 ball. There's that too. A lot of pressure on you right now to come through. But the Wheel reversed and the 7 of Cups, yeah, it could be. It could be. And also, you don't want to waste more time going over, okay, that you made a bad decision, or that you waited too long, or you missed the boat on something. Then move on. Like, the only thing worse than wasting a year of your life is wasting a year and a day of your life. Move forward. And that looks like it's a little hard to do. But it happens. I do see money coming through. I do see 9 of Pentacles, hard work. But it really does feel like Hangman reverse. There's a lot of time wasted here. A lot of time wasted. And you're probably like, now I got a lot to make up for. Now I need to make the money, work a lot of overtime, and make up for some either wasted time, bad decision, maybe a little bit of both. But if you were hoping something would pay off, I don't think it did. I think you had to do something very different to make up for losses. Okay? And that's Scorpio. And Libra. Okay, Libra. Well, we start off with the 4 of Swords, which of all the sword cards is one of the nicest sword cards, because it's a card. It actually is a sarcophagus in this our Talisman and Cauldron tarot. It's a sarcophagus, but it speaks to rest, speaks to respite. It speaks to you're finally resting after a hard or difficult journey or time. So the idea of resting and respite. 2 of Swords, rock in a hard place, and the King of Pentacles. So you need to rest, but you also need to make money. Oh, that's a shock, right? Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, new opportunities to make money. Bottom line, new sources of money, new opportunities. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. That's fresh, new energy. Fresh news. Ace of Swords reversed. Tells me you're tired, Libra. You're tired. And you're tired to be taking on new creative energies. That's for sure. Rock in a hard place is just that. You need a break. You need a rest. And yet, here's this opportunity presenting itself. What do you do, right? One thing we know is if doors open, doors close. The same doors that open may close, and they won't open again for you. So this is an opportunity in front of you, and it needs to be acted on quickly. It's the 8 of Wands. You don't get a lot of time to think this out, Libra. okay? This is something you need to act on. I need to act on now. And I get it, you're tired. And I get it that, the energy isn't there. But somehow, Libra, I think you're going to pull it together. I really think you're going to pull it together and take advantage of this, because this is some great stuff. All right? There is that chance that once you accept the offer, you can bargain some time. Let's just say it's new. Let's just say it's a new job, and they want you to start in a week. Well, maybe you can negotiate 2 weeks. Maybe you can negotiate that you start in a week, but you're getting a week vacation in a couple of months. So there's some room to hopefully negotiate there. But I do see this coming in, and honestly, if you accept this opportunity, if you move forward in this direction, I think you're going to be surprised that it's not as hard as you think to get it up and running. All right? I feel like there's not a lot of conflict. There's not a lot of competition. It's something you probably should do. Okay? All right. Virgo. Hey, Kathleen, how are you? Yeah, Libras are strong. Not kidding. All right. Give me a second. Okay, Virgo. The 9 of Cups. The Lovers reversed. The 3 of Wands reversed. The 2 of Pentacles reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed. And the Magician reversed. This is really simple for Virgo, because this is Virgo sitting back and saying, I ain't touching any of this shit. Okay? I'm not doing any of this shit. It feels like there's all this bullshit, for lack of a better word. Someone says, oh, and what makes me laugh is that China's been getting these emails from Indeed, and it's crazy stuff. It's like, work as an engineer. Or she's like, what in my resume makes you think that I'm engineer? What makes you think that I'm meant to do this or meant to do that? They're just throwing anything at her. That's what this reading looks like. It's like, this is not something I'd want to do. This isn't something I've ever done. It's nothing I've ever thought that I would do. It's not something I'm capable of doing. It just feels like a whole lot of shit. And Virgo is sitting there going, I'm not having any of it. I just won't do anything. Money is okay, Virgo. You're fine financially. Two of Pentacles reversed. You'll be fine financially. But you're not going to entertain nonsense. And that's what this is. It's a lot of going nowhere nonsense. That looks like it's under the guise of opportunity. Oh, look, maybe you'll like to do this, but I wouldn't. Hey, you could always, I don't want to. If you invest your money here, but I won't. No, I'm not going that way. Well, do you ever think about what to learn about? Nope. I do not want to do that. No. That's Virgo. Guys, it's as easy, at as best I can say, this is Virgo not getting angry, just as grounded as Virgo could be, but just saying, I ain't doing none of that shit. All right? And Virgo, you're going to be just fine. Sometimes it's good to just say, no. Nope, not having it. You do that, but I'm not doing that. All right? All right, Leo. Hold on one second here. Are there any comments? Erica, it is funny. No, that was funny, but that was just clear as day. All right, Leo. So we start off with the 4 of Cups reversed. The Queen of Cups and the Empress reversed. The World, the Page of Cups, Temperance reversed. Well, my first thinking when I look at these, and I know not every Leo in the world is dealing with it, but it looks like somebody having their mother or mother-in-law who's difficult living with them, and making it hard to keep things balanced. The first thing, I think, Empress reversed, Temperance reversed, unhappiness under the roof. That it was the Six of Cups, excuse me, Six of Cups reversed. So I would say if you're having a visitor, Leo, it could be a difficult one, and someone who's putting a lot of demands on you, and it's making it hard for you to maintain your equilibrium there at home. What else could it be? There could be someone sick, mother or mother figure. Could be matriarch. The Empress is usually the matriarch. Not feeling well. Definitely things out of balance. What I like, however, Leo, the good mother, looking at the Page of Cups, looking at the world. This is Leo saying, this isn't healthy for my kid. Okay? This isn't healthy for my kid. This isn't a healthy environment. This isn't nourishing love and support. And I want something different. It could be as simple as Leo is trying to be a different mother than their own mother was. It could be Leo trying to create a different home environment than the home environment of the mother, because it's two very different readings. You know, you have the Queen of Cups, who's the good mother. You've got the Empress reversed, the female who's out of power, who's not responsible, who's not behaving in a particularly maternal manner. Okay? Sometimes it's also a woman who can't have children. If that's the case, I will tell you that with the World, the Page of Cups, I would say if you have been struggling to get pregnant, the cards have you getting pregnant, Leo. So if that's something you want, there's a baby here. Page of Cups is a young person. Is a baby, and the World. So new baby, new world. I'm really looking at more like a new life for your children, a new life for your family. I want something different. And the good news is too, Leo, you know what you want. You want something very different than what you've seen. Okay? I'm going to throw one more card just for clarity. The Devil. All right. Yeah, something is toxic in the house, and you're not having it, Leo. All right? Something you're just saying, nope, we're not doing this. I may have lived with this, but my kids aren't going to. All right? Or how about just I shouldn't have to live with it any longer. I'm all grown up now. I'm done, and I shouldn't have to live with this anymore. Okay? You know, something I've told people about, and a lot of guilt, when women are unhappy in their marriage, if they're not getting beat, okay? If the kids aren't being abused. It's why a lot of women will sit there and say, is there any chance if he would just cheat on me and I could leave and not be the bad guy? You know, because it's just, you're not happy. And I'm always like, but just not being happy is a reason enough. If you've been through this and you're trying and you've done the therapy and you're just two different people, or you've outgrown this, it's really okay to say, I can't do this anymore. I'm unhappy. That's a reason enough. It's how you parent that's going to matter after that, you know. But think of it this way. And a lot of people no, I just, like, I made my bed, I have to lie in it, or I owe it to my kids. But ask yourself this. If your kids came to you, if one of your kids came to you and said, Mom, Dad, I know I've been married for 11 years. And I have the kids, but I've been really unhappy, and I've really tried to work on it, and I've really done everything I can, but I just feel like I'm going to explode. I can't. We're fighting. We're not happy. We're not together. We're not doing things together. I'm so miserable. Would you really tell your kids that's just too fucking bad? You know, get back in that house and, you know, buck up. It's your responsibility. You know, most of us would say, hey, listen, you know what? Why don't you come home? Bring the kids, come home, stay for a few days, a little cooling off period. Let's talk. Are you seeing a therapist? Maybe we can arrange for some therapy. A good parent wouldn't sit there and just say, that's just too bad. No, you'd be like, no, I don't want you being miserable. I don't want my kid unhappy. Let's try to find a way to make this okay as it's going to be. And so if you would do that for your kid, and you wouldn't want that for your child. You wouldn't want them miserable. You wouldn't want them lonely. You wouldn't want them to feel so lost. Why would you do it to yourself? What kind of mother, you're teaching your kids what to expect in a relationship. And if you teach them how to settle, you know, it's really a bad lesson. really a bad lesson. I remember I had a friend in high school that I went away. I was in Oklahoma for my junior year, and I came back my senior year, and she was like the friendliest person, and we were really good friends in our sophomore year. And when I came back, everyone was like, oh man, Marie is like really miserable. She's always unhappy. She's really nasty. Like no one can get along with her. I'm like, that's weird. Doesn't sound like her at all. And of course, me being me, because I never shut up, we were in the journalism room together, in the typing room. That's how old I am. There was a typing room. And we're talking. I said, hey, Marie. I said, what's going on with you? You are a totally different person than the person I knew before I went to Oklahoma. I said, you're so unhappy. What's going on? She's like, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. No one even bothers to ask. My parents, my mother, my dad's been having an affair with a much younger woman for almost a decade. For almost 10 years. And my mom has stayed in this marriage where she's being disrespected, where he's always off with this woman. You know, every chance he's gotten, it was always a business trip. It wasn't business. He was with her. And my mom knew about it. But she stayed because she wanted to get me through high school. Now I'm a senior. And, you know, it's like, now I know. And I'm so mad that my mom stayed. Like, why did you stay and get disrespected? You should have left earlier. And so my point is, even the kids aren't going to appreciate it. You know, you think, oh, I'm doing it for my kids. Don't think so. Your kids don't want to see you miserable. All right? So that's another thing to think about. So anyways, I just want to be clear about that. All right. So where am I here? I am dealing with, my God, help me. This is now, after all of that, Leo, Cancer, right? This is Cancer. Okay. So Cancer, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. We have the Six of Swords reversed. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the, I can't even read this. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords. My first look at this, Knight of Cups reversed, would be a young person who either wants to come home from school, not happy in school, but it really does look like school. The Eight of Pentacles to me is always school. Maybe went away to school and is just not happy there. And that can happen to the best of kids. One of my son's friends went off to a prestigious college in the Midwest, financial school. Parents are quite wealthy. He's coming home. He's lasted one semester. He's coming home in December. He's going into Yukon. Excuse me. He's miserable. He's absolutely miserable there. He can't wait to come home. It's got nothing to do with confidence or ability, or it's just not happy. So I'm looking at that. That's one thing here. And I'm looking at saving money. The idea of saving money, not going away, saving money, coming home. That looks good. I'm seeing parents, Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, on the same page for this, you know. As long as the kid stays in school, there's a change being made. I do see the kids staying in school, by the way. So that's one way of looking at these. Another way to look at these cards would be two people, Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, making plans to relocate, okay, after the kids finish school. That's the other way I would look at it. And right now it's just a matter of missing the boat because you could have sold the house, made more money. But either way, this is not a financial problem here, okay? That's how I look at these cards. It really does go back to Knight of Cups reversed. The only other way I would look at it would be two people. Again, this idea of we're not going to relocate yet because they haven't done enough. There's still research as to where they'll land for work or the best place financially. But this really does speak to that, okay, for Cancer. Where are you going to go? What is the best decision? And it really does look like it's a lot about a kid in college or kids in school. But take the kids out of the situation, because not everyone's got kids in school, obviously. It still has to do with the idea of waiting to relocate. All right? Based on wanting to do more research and possibly one person wanting one place and one person saying, no, that's not going to work for me. Okay. All right. Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Death reversed. High Priestess reversed. Judgment. 3 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 7 of Swords reversed. These are heavy cards for Gemini. Death reversed is ending. And it's Gemini choosing to end something. Could this be an actual death? It really could. I'm not saying Gemini is killing themselves. Please don't hear that. But I'm looking at the Tower card, which is chaos being thrust and not knowing how to deal with it. I will say what the cards are saying is that it needs to be dealt with logically, not emotionally, because the emotion is excruciating. This is something that has to be dealt with logically. High Priestess is reversed. Judgment is saying, yep, you have to look at this from a purely unemotional place. It looks like there might be some sort of lawsuit, Gemini. It looks as though there could be something that, you know, that you'd like to run away from, but you can't. And it looks as though you need to give this some really deep thought as to how you want to proceed. The desire to not deal with it at all, make it go away, versus that's not fair. You know, justice should be served, but it means you've got to live in the pain. And that's really shitty. I've got some people going through divorces right now that they're just like, they just want to, like, just let them have everything. I'm leaving. I can't do this anymore. I'm hearing a lot of that, by the way. People are just like, I don't want anything. It's not worth the fight. And that's wrong. That's wrong. That's not a good idea. But that's what I'm seeing here. Okay? For Gemini, this idea that you have a choice to make. But I'm seeing a situation where you do need to, it would be good if you fought as opposed to run away from a situation. Because it's chaos, it's not great. It kind of got thrust upon you, and you need to deal with it. Okay, Gemini? Could be as simple as telling your story. Could be as simple as, I'm not covering for you. I'm not going to cover for the boss. I'm not going to, nope. I'm not taking the fall for this. All right. Taurus. Taurus, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, and the 5 of Swords. We have the 2 of Cups reversed, the Moon reversed, and the Ace of Cups. What I'm seeing here is 2 people that want to spend money or move creatively in very different ways. Now, it's different than Cancer. Okay, this is different because this is 2 people. Looks like a business situation. One is saying that's a bad idea, and the other one is saying no, it'll be great, And the thing is it's 2 people that really do care for each other. So, you know, you want to make someone happy when you care about them, but it's like, this is a bad idea. And Taurus, you know money. You know money. So, you know, no different than Gemini that needs to speak up. It will be a financial loss if you don't speak up and say no. The Moon reversed. You can see how this would be a bad investment. Your guard is up. I don't see you wanting to put money into it. I don't see you wanting to move forward on it. I'm not sure how you're going to present this. But I see you, Taurus, stubborn Taurus, folding your arms and saying, no, we're not doing this. We're not investing there. We're not buying that. We're not putting our money there. We're not trusting that financial person. No. That's what I'm seeing for Taurus. And it's done with love. It's not being done to hurt or to try to be bossy. It's just, this is a bad idea. And Taurus, you know it. And your desire to make somebody happy is not quite as strong as your desire to have a financial loss. So good for you. That's what I'm seeing for Taurus, okay? You need to say, we're not putting our money in that place, or we're not trusting that person. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people who, the nephew or whatever is a new financial advisor, and they need like $20,000 to invest. They're working for an investment firm like a Morgan Stanley, and they write a big check, and then they lose the money. It's usually the wife's nephew or something, and it's like, do you think we could give him $5,000 more? It's like, no, I don't think we should do that. No, we cannot. We're not giving somebody more money. We're not going to send good money after bad. It's like they got their money, they blew it, and it's too bad. But that's because that's what you do when you're doing financial stuff. Is you start working as an investment person, you try to get your family to make some investments, build portfolios. All right. Well, anyway, Aries. I'm losing my voice too, so Aries. Wow. Okay. Aries, we start off with the 8 of Cups reversed. It's and it's laying next to the 4 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles reversed. So 7 of Pentacles reversed is hard work not paying off. That's what it means. The 8 of Cups reversed is not leaving home, hard work not paying off, but yet happiness under the roof, the 4 of Wands, okay? We have the 8 of Wands reversed, which is delays. We have the 7 of Wands. This is all about work stuff, as we can tell. It's always work and money for Aries. That's stress and conflict. And we have the Queen of Pentacles, which I love for Aries. The Queen of Pentacles is a female, or it's maternal energy around money. And so when I think of that, the Queen of Pentacles, I think of the Empress, and I think of somebody who's making sure everyone's taken care of, the security of the home, the food. Queen of Pentacles is very practical. So what I'm seeing for Aries is a practical decision. Just give me a second. If Aries is working, I don't see you leaving the job, even though it's not particularly pleasant. I'm seeing conflict. I'm seeing lack of forward motion. I'm seeing all that. The possibility of working out of the house with these cards, the eight of Cups reversed, not leaving home, the 4 of Wands, happiness, and there's possibility. Next to the Queen of Pentacles, finding a home-based business to work in. It does look like there's delays for money. Money's coming, but there's delays for it. Now throw one more card. 2 of Swords reversed. Rock in a hard place. And the 7 of Cups reversed, which is making a logical decision. No wishful thinking, no bippity boppity booyah. It's just, this is how it has to be. This is what I got to do to provide security, to make sure everything is taken care of, to be responsible. And this is Aries wanting to be responsible. Okay? So, yeah. That's the reading. And it's tough. It's tough right now for a lot of people. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I do have 2 readers here tomorrow. I have Teresa, who is a tarot reader and a pet psychic. And I have Sherry, who does tarot as well. Hey, you. What's going on, Jennifer? So they're here 12 to 6. They do have openings. And what else? I guess that's it. Everyone, please watch this weekend. If you've got people who are fragile, who are under pressure, keep an eye on them, okay? This is no time to let people kind of float off on their own. If someone is not in great shape, let's make sure that they don't disappear from us, okay? Please watch your loved ones carefully. And I am tired. It's been a long day. So anyways, everyone, behave, okay? Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next week. All right? Bye.